Hey guys, so I thought I'd get on just to share a little bit about my experience with healing. As you guys know, I developed this relationship with the Lord. I went through a traumatic time, but the Lord brought me out of that. And now today, the more that I grow closer to Him, the more He is healing me in different areas that I didn't even think that I need healing from. So I'll share a little bit about my experience with that. So this actually happened about a couple weeks ago. And it totally slipped my mind. I was going to do a video about it, but it totally slipped my mind. But today I was thinking about it. So I was praying, and for the past couple of days, now again, this happened a couple weeks ago, I was praying in the Spirit and I was crying. I didn't know why I was crying. And as I was praying in the Spirit, my mind shifted to a dream that I had like a year and a half ago, like almost 2 years ago. And it was crazy how my mind shifted to that dream. And so in the dream, it was my mom, me and my sister. We were purchasing this home, and it was like a barn, and there was like a grassy field. And we went into the barn area, and in the barn there were different rooms. And in the barn, there was one room where it was like a little girl's room, but there were locks on the outside of the door. And I went into the room and I was like, wow, like this little girl was staying in here. And, I immediately thought like, oh my God, like someone was locking this girl in here. Like, was she abused, or like what was going on? And so as my mind shifted to that, I heard the Holy Spirit say, this little girl represents you. And the locks on the doors represents deep-rooted pain that you had in your childhood. And mind you, I didn't really think about, things that happened in my childhood, and he said these locks represent the things that you were holding on to in your childhood, and you need to let that go. You need to let that go. And I was on the floor crying. And so he said, are you ready to let it go? Are you ready to unlock that door? I kid you not, like I was on the floor bawling, because in my mind I saw this room and this little girl and the locks on the outside of the door. And when I said I'm ready to unlock the door, I saw the locks unlock, and it was kind of what my image of what I would think Jesus would look like. Him holding his arms out, and the little girl ran into his arms. And I completely was like, I didn't even know how to feel. I was crying. I was like, oh my goodness, because I've never experienced anything like that. And as I was praising God, in my mind, I saw a vision of, again, who I would envision Jesus to look like. But this little girl holding his hand, and we were walking away from the barn. And I was looking up at him as a little girl. And I literally just start crying, because to me, it represented that I was walking away from whatever pain or whatever that was said to me as a little girl that kept me in bondage for so long, that it stuck with me. And he was trying to get me to get past that, so that way I can be elevated to the next level, or that way, things in my life that has happened to me is not holding me back. And just the image and the illustration of all that, and even me remembering that dream, was so powerful. And it just made me see how loving and caring that God is. Like, he really cares about us. He really loves us and really wants to heal us. And like I said, I was praying in the Spirit for like 2 days. I had no idea why I was crying, because everything was going well. I wasn't under attack, or I didn't have anything happen. But I guess it was some deep-rooted things that I had to deal with. And just that experience healed me. And I'm so grateful. And I'm sure as I get closer to him, he's going to reveal other things to me. But, that experience in itself was just so amazing because, again, I didn't know I was holding on to stuff that was happened in my childhood. And particularly, it was a lot of things that were said to me as a child that I kept, that I held on to, that crippled me pretty much, like crippled me with my confidence and how I viewed myself. And so when he said, "Are you ready to unlock that door? Are you ready to let that go?" I was like, "Yes!" Ah! And the little girl ran out, and I just felt like that was the step of just really just letting it go and him healing me. So I just thank God for that. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. I'll share with you guys periodically, some of the things that the Lord has done and what he's showing me and things like that. But I just thank him. I give him all the honor and the glory. He's so wonderful. He is definitely my first love. I'm falling in love with him every day. And so I encourage you guys, spend some time with him. He will start revealing stuff to you. He will start healing you, everything. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Have a wonderful weekend and love you all. See ya. Bye.